All right, cutting straight across live to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is about to inaugurate the strategically important all-weather Atal Tunnel, which will be reducing the distance between Manali and Leh by 46 kilometers and the travel time by 4 to 5 hours. This is happening in Rohtang in Himachal Pradesh. He's reached there. You can see him. He is accompanied by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh on his right. Prime Minister Narendra Modi right there. The inauguration would happen. This is a game-changing tunnel and a big infrastructure push in India. It's an all-weather tunnel, 24/7, 365 days, and Prime Minister Modi is about to inaugurate this tunnel. It's a very important tunnel strategically. There you go. The ribbon cutting ceremony is just about to commence.
राष्ट्र को समर्पित कर रहे हैं। इंतजार की घड़ियां खत्म हो चुकी हैं। ये ऐतिहासिक अवसर है सारे देश के लिए। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी रिबन काट कर विधिवत रूप से अटल टनल को देश को राष्ट्र को समर्पित कर रहे हैं। उनका अभिनंदन
This is a big shot in the arm coming in for the armed forces in India. The Game Changer Tunnel is inaugurated. Let's get you an inside glimpse now from the visuals that you're seeing at the moment, the inside glimpse of what the tunnel really looks like. It's a massive infrastructure boost. You can see Prime Minister Narendra Modi just ended up cutting the ribbon and inaugurating the Atal Tunnel. This is going to be a huge win for the infrastructure push in India. It is strategically important. The tunnel stands to be inaugurated. He's also going to be now participating in public functions that are going to take place in Sisu and Lahaul Spiti and Solang Valley as well. There you go. That is the inauguration ceremony coming in live. It's a 9-kilometer long tunnel, remember, and a very strategic one while at it. And this is an underground tunnel that connects Manali to Lahaul Spiti Valley. It's built at a cost of more than 3,500 crore rupees and going to be reducing the distance between Manali and Leh by 46 kilometers. It is also going to be significantly reducing the travel time between Manali and Leh. The tunnel, interestingly, can be used throughout the year, irrespective of what the weather conditions look like. Ladakh has gotten a massive lifeline. And you can see from the visuals, the inauguration ceremony is underway. Prime Minister Modi just inaugurated the ribbon-cutting ceremony, just got done with. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh is accompanying Prime Minister Narendra Modi for the inauguration of this game-changer tunnel. It is a stunning feat of engineering. It is called the Atal Tunnel. He just inaugurated it. He is accompanied by the Defence Minister. The Prime Minister and the Defence Minister will now participate in the public functions in Sisu, in Lahaul Spiti and at Solang Valley as well. Abhishek Bhalla is joining us live. Abhishek, the tunnel stands to be officially inaugurated by the Prime Minister, and of course Rajnath Singh is also accompanying the Prime Minister for the inauguration as well. In the light of all that is going on between India and China, this has strategic importance. This particular tunnel is a huge shot in the arm for India. I'm going to throw straight across to you for more.
Big boost to the infrastructure in this area, Chaiti, and in fact, you know, as far as strategic importance is concerned, it's immense, and especially it comes at a time when India and China have been involved in a long standoff for 5 months. What this means for the military mobilization is that the distance from Manali to Ladakh reduces by 47 kilometers. It takes much lesser from here onwards to travel to Ladakh, and also for the civilians living in this area it means a lot, because remember, Lahaul Spiti is an extremely remote area. It's a tough terrain, and people of this area were cut off from the mainland for 5 to 6 months during the winter when there was very heavy snowfall in the area. So they will have access even in that peak harsh winter when temperatures can dip really low, and they can travel either towards Manali or towards Ladakh. And another very important aspect is that after this tunnel, there is another road construction, a very, very important road construction that's already underway. That will be the third access to Ladakh. That's the Nimu Padam Darcha road. Till now there are only two routes for Ladakh. One is from Srinagar, the other is from Manali. The third route from Manali will deviate and will again reduce the travel time to Ladakh. But that's of course a long-term project. Work on it is already going on. But as of now, the inauguration of the Atal Tunnel is obviously very important because it comes after a long wait. It was first conceptualized 20 years back by then Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. It wasn't easy to have this kind of construction at a height of over 10,000 feet, especially when the area is cut off due to heavy snow. So a lot of modern technology was required. It's taken a while, but finally the Rohtang Tunnel, which obviously more popularly is now being known as the Atal Tunnel in memory of late Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, is finally open for people to use.
Absolutely, and there's a lot on the agenda as well after the inauguration as well. There are certain functions that have been lined up to. Abhishek, if you could just walk our viewers through what next as far as Prime Minister Narendra Modi is concerned. He's right there, the inauguration is done with, and there's lots more on the agenda.
That's right, Chaiti. After the event and the inauguration and interacting with officials here, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also have a public gathering in the Lahaul Spiti and the Solang Valley area, interacting with officials, meeting some other people. So it's also an opportunity for him to, get a sense of the entire infrastructure works, developments that have been taking place over here for many years. And once he does that, by late afternoon, obviously, he will be leaving from here. But I can tell you that as far as infrastructure development is concerned, in some of these areas, especially the mountain states, or be it Himachal Pradesh, be it Uttarakhand, it's really got a shot in the arm. It's been expedited. There are several other infrastructure projects that are being worked upon by the Border Roads Organization especially. And as we've been discussing that in wake of the tussle with China for the last 5 months, there have been a lot of road projects, tunnels, bridges that have been inaugurated and have been expedited in the last few months.
Absolutely, and we're staying with the live visuals that are coming in right there. Abhishek, if you could walk our viewers through what is going on. The inauguration just got done with. The Prime Minister is at the moment getting a briefing right there from one of the members of the armed forces. If you could walk us through what is going on at the moment.
Chaiti, it's important to note that, this is an event of the Ministry of Defence. The Border Road Organization comes under the Ministry of Defence. Obviously, the DG of the BRO is here. Several other officials of BRO are here. Accompanying the Prime Minister is Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh himself, as well as Chief of Army Staff General Naravane, and the Chief of Defence Staff, General Bipin Rawat. Just goes on to show how important this development is and how infrastructure is a very, very important aspect of military strategy. Something that was ignored perhaps in the past, but in the last few years, there are 73 India-China border roads that are underway. The construction is going on. Once those roads are complete, obviously it will mean a lot, not just for civilians, but also for the military movement. All these roads are obviously coming up in mountain states like Jammu and Kashmir.
And let's also focus a little on the humanitarian aspects of this. The residents there at Ladakh, and you know this better, Abhishek, they've had to face immense amount of hardship when it comes to even availing basic facilities like healthcare, food supplies. They now will be able to reach Manali. They'll be able to connect with the rest of the country using this new tunnel as well.
That's right, Chaiti. In fact, for 6 months, some of these areas are completely cut off. It's not just in Ladakh, but all across this, mountainous terrain in the Himalayas, be it in Kashmir, be it in Himachal Pradesh, be it in Uttarakhand. So some of these areas are extremely remote. People over here had been yearning for development for years, and it's infrastructure developments like these, where a 9-kilometer tunnel at 10,000 feet, which can ensure access and road connectivity for 12 months, is a big game changer. It's a big boost for all these people who've been living here, because I can tell you that, life is extremely tough in these areas. When there is heavy snowfall, temperatures dip to -20, -25 degrees, and it's almost being completely cut off from the mainland. So this tunnel, just like other infrastructure projects that are being planned and are coming up, will be a big boost for the people living here.
Absolutely. Also, if you could just walk our viewers through the kind of engineering marvel this tunnel is and the salient features, and highlight the kind of engineering that has gone into place as well.
एक साधारण व्यक्ति जब इस टनल में आएगा तो उसकी जो दिलचस्पी होगी,
Chaiti, one can imagine, building a normal road in these areas can be a big challenge. This is a 9-kilometer tunnel, perhaps the first of its kind at more than 10,000 feet. One can just, fathom the challenges the BRO must have had, and perhaps that's the reason why it's taken so long for this tunnel to be completely functional now. 20 years since it was first planned. The foundation stone was laid back in 2002. So one can say 18 years of construction time. Obviously, it went through a lot of challenges because remember, every time the tunnel construction was expedited, there were times that, it had to be stopped because of the weather constraints. Obviously, the funds required were also big. All these challenges, made things really difficult, and the kind of technology that was required for a construction of a tunnel at this height, in this terrain, was obviously going to be a Herculean task. But all of those challenges were overcome, and finally we have the 9-kilometer tunnel that will be completely functional and open to traffic from here onwards. It can take it can take up to 3,000 cars at one point of time. So one can clearly, imagine that the tunnel can take a huge volume of traffic, and that's why it's being said that this is going to be a game changer for road connectivity from Himachal Pradesh to Ladakh.
Absolutely, and also a word on the Border Road Organization as well. It's going to be a hugely proud moment for them as well, given the engineering marvel that this tunnel has turned out to be.
That's right, Chaiti, and this is not the only road that the Border Roads Organization is working on. There are several other projects. 73 India-China border roads are undergoing construction. And obviously, it has a long-term strategic value as well. These roads are coming up in several states, not just here. And amid the tussle and the standoff with China, we've always compared the infrastructure on our side and the Chinese side, and it was always said that the Chinese can mobilize quickly, they have better roads, they can come in big numbers, in big vehicles, and they don't need to, camp at those standoff points, which are extremely difficult to sustain at heights of more than 18,000, 19,000 feet. But all that could change now with these kind of, road infrastructure coming up on the Indian side as well. So it's not just the military might, but also the infrastructure development that's required to match the Chinese forces. That's happening slowly, and one can already see the big impact on the ground with some of these new roads, bridges that have come up over the years. After the Atal Tunnel, the big focus will be on the Nimu Darcha Padam Road. This will be of extreme importance because this will be the third access to Ladakh, and this will shorten not just the distance from Manali to Ladakh, but it will also reduce the travel time. So many projects like these are in the offing, that they are being worked upon, and one is hoping, what I hear is that all these projects are being expedited amid the India-China standoff now.
And also this was Atal Bihari Vajpayee's dream as well, isn't it? Which is now something that the current establishment is making come true. Atal Bihari Vajpayee had always dreamed of top quality infrastructure.
That's right, Chaiti, and not just these projects that are now seeing completion in the mountains, but there were several other road projects during Atal Bihari Vajpayee's tenure that were planned, the Golden Quadrangle that he had planned, and obviously, as far as these projects are concerned, they were. They had a vision because one could foresee post-Kargil war in 1999 that the road infrastructure was found wanting, and as far as the troop mobilization was concerned, when reviews were done, this was one of the areas that not just military planners but otherwise also it was felt they need to be worked upon. And it was back in 2000, 20 years back, when this was first conceptualized. It's taken a very long time, huge challenges that had to be met, but finally the Atal Tunnel is open to traffic, and a lot of movement we can see here as well. VIPs who were moving towards that area. This is the Manali-Rotang road. The same road goes towards Ladakh. And obviously there are restrictions over here as far as civilian traffic is concerned for the time being. But once the event at the tunnel comes to an end and the Prime Minister and other dignitaries leave, this road will be open, and we are also hoping that in some time to come we will move towards the tunnel, get a sense of how it's going to function. This is just the first day, but obviously there is a lot of excitement amongst the locals as well about this new tunnel that has come up, because
and Abhishek, since you track defense so closely, does China need to now be worried? Is there reason for China to be worried in the light of this particular development today?
Well, Chaiti, what China does on their side is their business. As far as the Indian establishment was concerned, infrastructure was a big problem in the last many years. Those things are changing. Just to put one thing in context, that China always has a problem with India's infrastructure in the forward locations. In fact, one of the triggers for the current standoff was also one road that India had made in one of the forward areas near the Daulat Beg Oldi area, and that's what had riled them up. And whenever there is road infrastructure or any kind of bridges or connectivity that comes up on the Indian side, close to the line of actual control, the Chinese seem to get bothered, they get irked with it, and that in the past this is what has led to a lot of disagreements, sometimes even standoffs like this one. So obviously China observes these infrastructure projects very closely, and whenever they are close to the line of actual control, they seem to be get a little bothered about it, and they also launch protests. And in fact, the recent standoff, which is 5 months old now, was triggered because of India's infrastructure development at heights of more than 16,000 feet near the line of actual control.
Absolutely, and also as far as the local citizens right there are concerned, Abhishek, this is going to be a big boost in terms of ease of living for them.
फोटोग्राफ जिसमें माननीय प्रधानमंत्री हैं
That's right. You know, supplies could not reach these areas for 5 months. People had to stock them up well in advance. If there were medical emergencies, it was a big problem. Sometimes people had to be airlifted, evacuated. So all that is likely to change now. You know, the distance from Lahaul Spiti to Manali was not much, but it could take hours to travel because roads could be blocked because of heavy snowfall. There could be landslides. But with this tunnel in that area, in that zone of 9 kilometers, which was considered extremely tough, a lot of accidents used to take place. This means that people don't need to necessarily go through the Rohtang Pass now. They can use this tunnel, which is not just a shorter route, but also a much safer route. So other than the military importance, obviously lives of people, of civilians will be changing from here onwards with this new tunnel that has come up.
Oh, absolutely. Continue to stay with us right there. Abhishek Bhalla getting us all the very latest, and on your screens right now, the live visuals that are coming in right there from the inauguration of Atal Tunnel, which the Prime Minister along with Defence Minister Rajnath Singh just inaugurated. All of this is happening amidst India's standoff with China. This is a game-changer tunnel. We're tracking this very closely here on India Today.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.